Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Balasubramaniam, working as a student professor in the Department of Zoology, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Chintamani. So today we discuss about the second part of the circular system of UNIO, and this topic belongs to the second semester of BSc Zoology, and this is the UNIO type study. Now, in the last class, we discussed about the heart, pericardium, arteries and sinuses. Now, in this class, we discuss about the veins. Now, venous system, venous blood from the various parts of the body is collected by several veins. The veins themselves are, in fact, large sinuses. So, this is the difference. The veins are large sinuses, are large spaces, not lined by the epithelium. Blood from various visceral organs is collected by visceral veins through genital vein. This is genital vein, intestinal vein, hepatic vein, gastric vein. So this is the different veins. Different veins collect the blood from the different parts of the viscera, namely the genital vein, intestinal vein, hepatic vein. So genital refer to the gonads, intestine, hepatic refer to the liver or the digestive gland, and gastric refer to the stomach, gastric branches. Blood from the pedal sinus in the foot is collected by pedal vein to form large longitudinal vein, the vena cava, which lies beneath the pericardium in between the kidneys. So this is the what we call pedal vein. So this forms a large longitudinal vein. The vena cava lies beneath the pericardium. So this is the pericardium, below this pericardium, and between the kidneys. So this is the large longitudinal vein. Is another vein that is called pedal vein. Further, the vena cava supplies all its blood through the afferent renal veins to the kidneys, where this nitrogen waste is eliminated from it. So this vena cava, it supplies the blood through the afferent veins to the kidneys, where the nitrogen waste are eliminated from the kidneys or metanephridia. So before going to the heart, the blood is deposited in the kidneys to eliminate the nitrogen wastes. So blood from the kidneys collected by numerous afferent renal veins which unite to form the afferent renal veins which carry the blood to the gills for aeration. So that's what we saw here. So this is the vena cava, and this is the what we call gastric vein and hepatic vein and intestinal vein and genital vein. Both they combine and they what we call open in the kidney blood. Then the afferent renal vein collects the blood from the kidneys, and now it supplies the blood to the gills by the afferent renal veins which carry the blood to the gills for aeration. So this is the mechanism where this blood before going to the heart, it goes to the kidney, second it goes to the gills for aeration. So this is the peculiar type of respiration where students get a lot of confusions. So it should be very clear in this case. Next, each afferent renal veins runs through the axis of gills on its sides and gives out branches to the interlamellar junctions. So here we observe here. So this is the blood going to the gills for aeration. Now here this blood goes in this fashion. So this blood from this what you call the deoxygenated blood from the kidney to the gills, and in the gills exchange of gases occurs, and here the oxygenated blood moves in direction. So these are called afferent renal veins. Afferent renal veins, that is, sorry, this is the posterior paleal vein. Now this blood moves direction. Now these branches open to the afferent renal veins, which carry through the gill axis and finally conveys the blood to the auricle of its side. So on this side, so auricles are two branches, two lobes, or two what you call the chambers. So one chamber is supplied by the blood by the afferent renal veins, this side, and that side also. These afferent renal veins supply the blood to that side of the auricle. Some afferent renal veins conveys blood directly to the auricles through the afferent renal veins. So some afferent renal veins convey their blood directly to the auricles also through the afferent renal veins. So is another mechanism. Directly the blood goes into the auricles from the afferent renal veins. So where are the afferent renal veins? So these are the afferent renal veins. Afferent renal veins. See, afferent renal veins, they supply the blood to the auricles directly. The mantle also serves as an important respiratory organ, and it sends irritated blood directly to the auricles through the posterior paleal veins. The mantle also serves as important respiratory organs, sends the irritated blood directly to the auricles through the posterior paleal veins. Now this is again mechanism what we are discussing. So this blood goes in direction anterior aorta, posterior aorta, mantle, and kidneys, from kidneys to the gills, and from the gills back to the auricles. And mantle also serves as a part of respiratory structures. So from that also this blood moves to the auricles. So finally, this outline of the course of blood circulation in the case of the unio. This is the primary thing we should know about the heart. Heart is there. Now we discuss heart. Two arteries are there. So anterior artery or anterior aorta and posterior aorta. Anterior aorta we have visceral organs and mantle. Paleal artery, visceral organs, gastric artery, hepatic artery, genital artery, like that. Then the blood goes to the vena cava. Vena cava. So this is the vena cava and the veins. So blood moves to the veins. So in fact veins are nothing but large sinuses. So vena cava in the kidney, the blood now goes to the kidney. Why it goes to kidney? For release of the nitrogenous wastes. So from kidneys, the blood now goes to the gills for aeration. After aeration, after exchange of gases, the blood now goes to the afferent branchial veins, and from there to the heart. This is one way of flow of the blood. Second part, anterior artery, the mantle in the paleal vein. Paleal vein, again from the paleal vein, directly the blood goes to the heart. So this is this side of the body. One half of the body supplies this blood to the one auricle. Other side of the body, similar fashion, supplies the blood to the another auricle. So two auricles are there on either side of the one ventricle. So this is the how this blood is moving. Next here, posterior aorta in the, then the blood again goes to the mantle. From mantle, it goes to the paleal vein, and from paleal vein again, the blood moves to the heart. So this is the broad outline flow of the blood. So basically, what happened? Circulation here, one, it supplies the oxygenated blood, supplies the gases remove the nitrogen wastes and also transport the nutrients. So these are the functions of the circulation. So again, summary, the freshwater mussel as an open type of circulatory system, since the sinuses lack the epithelial lining of the true blood vessels and pour their blood into the veins. The blood is colorless plasma containing respiratory pigment called hemocyanin and numerous white amoebocytes or leukocytes. So as usual, references Kotpal textbook and Jordan Verma, Ekamana Tayar, Dhami and Descent Prasad. So I hope you understood this diagram. So this is the circulatory system of Unio. Thank you.